So this is very, very new to me. I have never made a video about managing finances. I've been living by myself for the past 2 weeks. My best friend has been back on the East Coast visiting his family, and so I've had a lot of time, as you can see, to write stuff on the board, be consistent with work, and really just have had time to myself to really dive deep in thought. And one thing that just dawned on me is that, first of all, I am recording this from my iPhone, which is just such a trip to me because I have this really awesome camera right here. I got it about maybe 3 years ago now, in 2015, and it's been such an amazing camera to me. But I have to sell it, and it's not by choice. The reason I have to sell this thing is because I have done an extremely poor job of managing my finances, and let me share a little story with you. So back in 2000 and I believe it was 16, I moved from Fresno, California up to Portland, Oregon, lived there for about a year, and then I got an opportunity to come back to California and do solar, door-to-door solar, down in San Jose, so Silicon Valley, the South Bay. So after a year of getting my face kicked in on the doors and getting door slammed in my face, etc., I finally started to understand exactly how the door-to-door game worked. And so I think my biggest month at the time in San Jose, I made like 10 grand, right? And then I had like $2,000 come in from a different source of income. So at the time, before that, I think the most money I'd ever made in a month was like 7 or 8 grand while I was living up in Portland. And then I really got the flow of things, and so all things went to shit, and I ended up being 27 years old, and I ended up back at my parents' house. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, I'm back at my parents' house, and out of all places in Fresno, California, where I just really, really did not want to be. And I had two choices. I was either going to stay at my parents' house and, self-loathe and, go get a job or go back to school or kind of just do like a traditional route. But like something inside me really compelled me to keep going. And so I was like, I'm going to just, pull my bootstraps up and get to work. So had a buddy that I connected with on Facebook. He came out from Florida. So I was mentoring him, and like I really didn't realize how much I actually knew about door-to-door sales and helping homeowners go solar until I taught him for 30 days. And now he's out in, I believe it's South Carolina. And he messaged me maybe a month ago, and he's like, hey, Chris, like I've had a lot of success, like I'm doing really well now. And I just want to reach out to you and tell you that I'm really grateful for everything that you taught me. And so it kind of dawned on me like, crap, like I know a lot and I'm actually pretty good at my job. So I kept that momentum going, and the largest month I had was I made $40,000, and for most people it's insane, but and I would think the same exact thing, but for me it was just kind of a realization, like it was how easy it was. Yes, I worked hard, don't get me wrong, and this helping homeowners go solar is not, it's very simple, but it's not easy, right? The most difficult part, and I keep this on my desk, it's called Managing Oneself, by Peter Drucker. He was a billionaire. Harvard Business Review wrote this book, or they recommend it. It's a Harvard Business Review classic, so it's called Managing Oneself by Peter Drucker. And I honestly just open it, and I read a couple pages. I've read it before, but I leave it on my desk as a reminder. Man, I sound like Ty Lopez right now. As a reminder, but no, I do leave it on my desk as a reminder that is the most difficult thing to do, is to manage yourself. And so I look back, and it's like it almost was more. It was more difficult to earn, $1,500 a month when I was bussing tables and cleaning dishes, or even back when I was 19, making like $500 a month, working 5 days a week as a pizza delivery driver for Pizza Hut, driving this white van hoopty that my parents had in our family for years. Than it was to make $40,000 in 1 month. So now here's the kicker. The kicker is that now I understand that, like, yes, I'm blessed. I work with an amazing company. I'm blessed to have the opportunity that I have. and to develop the skill sets that I've developed. However, now that I understand how easy the money is, I also now realize, like, wow, like, Chris, like, you've never had that much money in your life. So now that you have this money, it's like, what are you going to do with it? And so I did what anybody else would do, my age or in their 20s, you know, you would, or that single and in their 20s. You know, you're going to go out to bars, you're going to go out to clubs, you're going to go catch flights to go see your friends, or you're going to do what I did, and, you know, I'm going to go to Europe with my best friend for 4 or 5 weeks, and we're just going to ball out. And so we did all that, and it was such an incredible experience. The only shitty thing is that if you're not managing your money, or if you're not putting that money in the correct investments, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass, and you're going to start at square one. And so most people that do door-to-door sales can understand that when you don't have momentum going, or you don't have a pipeline stuffed with customers or potential customers, you know, interested homeowners that want to, you know, do better by the environment, do better by their family, and do better for their build, like, yo, your life is going to suck. I mean, it's almost like you go back out and you knock doors, and you're essentially doing it for free. You have no momentum, there's nothing in the pipeline, and you were literally just sitting there, and like, it sucks. Like, I can honestly admit that I've had to ask my mommy and daddy for money so that I could pay, you know, a little bit of my rent. I had some money for rent, but I'm like, hey mom, you know, can I get some money? And it's a really humbling experience. It's a really shitty experience, but I think the biggest takeaway for me is it's really, really humbling. And I'm not saying that you should, you know, earn $100,000 in a month or in a year, you know, however much is whatever a lot of money is to you, and, you know, then go and blow it all so that you can have a humbling experience. Like, learn from my experience. Like, it's fucking humbling. But yeah, you know, now I have to sell this thing, and I really love it. But it's like, I got to do what I got to do. But one thing I'm learning from this, you know, is I have no expectations about how much money I'm going to get for that. I just know that I have to, that I have to pay a couple of bills, and those are more important than this camera at the moment. And it's a very humbling experience, and I just wanted to share this experience with you because I was deep in thought. I was going to post, you know, a status update on Facebook, but I figured, like, hey, this is a lot to say, and maybe someone can resonate with this. So again, it's not how much I think I've heard rappers say, it's not about what you make, it's how much you keep. But I'll take it one step further, and it's not about what you make or what you keep, it's how can you reinvest that and put that back in so that it's paying you dividends, and so you always have that money coming in. And again, like Jim Rohn said, money's not everything, but it definitely ranks right up there with oxygen. So my name is Chris Altamirano. If you like this video, ring the bell, hit the subscribe button. I got more nugs for you. Or if you just want to know what I do or what my next step is, you know, definitely ring the bell, subscribe, and you'll be notified of the latest video. All right, thanks guys.